No one is getting married.
Wait, what? May I talk to you, please? Alone?
No. Whatever you have to say, you can say to both of us.
Fine.
You can't marry a man you just met.
You can if it's true love.
Anna, what do you know about true love?
Well, more than you. All you know is how to shut people out.
It's gonna be drama lit up in here. Where's Papa Gnome when you need him? What's up, Drama Alert Nation? My name is Zimzilla99. Let's get right into the news. This story today is coming from Bree202. Today, we're going to talk about Tawog. Tawog, how do you say it? Probably going to get it wrong anyway, and I'm going to say it and probably flip between those two throughout the entire video. But let's get on with it, shall we, please? But yes, today I'm going to be doing a, not so much rant, but sort of just a little video, you can call it an exposed video on Tawog. And this video is going to be quite interesting, because this is going to go through a little bit of a little timeline. It's going to be starting from me first getting involved in this little issue, as to where it is now, and other things that have happened since then. But, yeah, let's get into it. I was first made aware of this by a journal by a dude by the name of Fallen Angel, and I remember I saw both of their names, Tawog's and Bree's names, their icons were shown, so I checked both their channels, and before all this went down, I talked to Tawog first about the issue, because I remember in a comment he had said that thing was still going on, so I was like, this is kind of interesting. They both are Godzilla fans, so I was like, if there's one thing I have to say I always want to be a part of, it's helping the community and hoping that it doesn't gain as bad a reputation as other communities like the Sonic community. And I just feel like it may not be my business per se, but as someone who's part of the community, I think that we need people like me helping the community, and just sort of like, there's some things that need to be straightened out. It may not be your business, but you need to speak up in certain cases. And I talked to Bree much later, even though we're much closer friends. I remember I talked to her because I remember she commented on a post on one of his characters, and then I started commenting on more of the posts she made, and then we started talking more. And then I remember more of that drama between her and Tawog came up, and then I started asking her about it because I got to know her a little better, and then she told me everything that really happened in this case. And then I was like, you know, I'll do a video on this just so I can explain the whole thing out, because there's a few things in here that I personally don't agree with, and she doesn't agree with either. And by the little clip that she made at the start, that's kind of like the main thing of this topic. But what I'm about to say is not my own words, but it's the words of another person, HaxEX2, and it's gonna be like this. I'm gonna try my best Creepswork impression. Ah yes, Tawog. Where to start with him? Well, I don't know. There's not that much about him, but what I know about him is that he's quite sly and deceptive. He deactivates his account sometimes, which Bree seems to treat as a guilt trip for his friends, which I'd also agree with myself. He's also known to show a romantic, or dare I say, cringeworthy courtship with his quote-unquote girlfriend, Cosmic Evie. He tends to have this sly, manipulative behavior, as Bree seems to recognize as such. One of his friends, Usagi Joyline, once called Bree, quote-unquote, worse than Donald Trump, an odd figure, for all I know. I bring your attention to one of Tawog's most dastardly plots. He once pretended to be a completely different person to gain Bree's trust. Sneaky or desperate, you tell me. I'm very proud of myself for exposing Tawog's false identity. That's all I really know about him, honestly. So, that's all of what he said. And he was the one who actually unmasked this little plot that Tawog had. And what Bree told me, she went into a little bit more detail, is that he apparently, I don't know even why he did this, but he went and pretended to be a homosexual to gain her trust. I think the one reason why he said it was because I remember another post he had said on her page was like, oh, you like Evie in that kind of way, don't you, as like a lover or something like that. So I was like, so he's assuming she might be a homosexual and then pretended to be one to gain her trust? First off, that's slippery slope logic, and that's a logical fallacy, so even if it was true, that's still slippery slope logic, and it's not true, so really, what did you achieve out of that? I really don't get it, but whatever. The main issue I'd say that Bree has with Tawog and is that his relationship with her friend Cosmic Evie. And I got some stash messages of some of their conversations, and I was gonna put them, I was gonna screenshot them for you to see, but I love you guys, okay? I really love you guys, and I don't want to subject you to that cancer. That is cancer you don't want to look at. So, if you really want to, you can go on DeviantArt and probably ask Bree for those screenshots, because she probably still has them. If not, just private message me, because for the love of God, I just... And the fact is that, in a more serious term, is that if there's an issue between him and Bree, what he should have been doing was being the bigger man and talk to her in a note. Instead, he blocked her, acted like he was better than her, kind of just acted this pompous little arrogant personality. Which really, if you think you're so much better and you want to be the bigger man about it, then why didn't you come talk to her in a more respectable manner? Why aren't you like, oh hey, let's talk about this right here and now. Let's be mature about this. But instead, you want to act pompous about it. I don't really know what kind of reaction you were expecting out of her, but that's the reaction you got. And a note on Cosmic Evie is that I remember Bria told me that she had said his voice was like cute and stuff because apparently they talked on Skype. However, she also told me that apparently he was wanking it while they were talking. And I mean, like, let's be honest, guys. A lot of us do some ERP. Like, you may say you don't do ERP, but I know you do it. Don't you lie to me. But the fact is that they're doing ERP. He's 16 and she's 14. You're doing some ERP with a 14-year-old girl. Just of all the things to do, why? Just why? Like, she's 14. Like, I mean, like, you're only 16, but come on. I don't know if you like I'm young or something, but I ain't gonna judge. Well, actually, I kind of am judging right now, so oopsie daisy. But another thing is that another strike against his quote-unquote maturity is that he's deactivating his accounts whenever any kind of drama flares up. I mean, dude, if you want to really discuss this like adults, why are you deactivating your accounts instead of talking to these people? Like, if these people are your friends and you're having an issue with them, talk to them. But, just why? There's really not even that much to really talk about. It's just like, he's doing all these things and then expecting these like reactions of like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, this and this and that and that. But really, you're ERPing with a 14-year-old. You're acting in a pompous way towards someone you claim is your friend and your sister in some posts I've seen you say. As well as jerking to her while she talks to you and doing some pretty happy stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not one for ERP, but just, dang, bro, calm down. That's pretty much all I have to say, guys. Like, really, just talk to people with your issues. Got it?